Welcome back, guys. We are going to take a look at some of the highlights, as we had some pretty fun ones in this one, actually. In the beginning, it was very spread out, of course, but Fire tried to challenge BSG Luna once again and did not work. They were able to take down Draft towards the beginning, but that was about it. What happened here? That's
that was a highlight.
That's the highlight?
Thank you, Spo TV. You did a great job on that one.
You drove up the mountain and landed. I'm like, I know that's crazy sometimes in PUBG, but you know.
My goodness.
Yeah.
But you know what I want to say,
But this is a highlight for sure.
Talked about, what other teams did. Fire just went into Rojak to challenge BSG Luna. I think a lot of these teams, after 2 rounds at Miramar, felt overexcited by being back in Erangel and just play the matches they're so used to, feeling their overconfidence in the fact that they can beat anyone at any time of the day. Well, it's the kind of the aggression in the way that some of these teams played that out, and we saw a lot of teams die out in the early game, kind of rough rotations in the mid game as well, and in the end, the one who stayed the most composed got the chicken dinner at the end of things.
Yeah, the position was perfect for them in this circle, as Hunsug was just able to knock down 2. Larm did get knocked towards the end, as Media Bridge Gaming MCM was trying to make it interesting, but couldn't quite finish them off. Some people died to Easy Peasy Man, and from there it was 1v3. Easy Peasy Man tried to make the move early, and especially on TPP, it's very hard to make that work because you could just watch over the hill and come up. And this is what I was talking about. Team MVP with a second place and the 3rd place in round 2. They are in first, to the cheers of nobody in the crowd, because all the Gen G fans not happy right now.
Gen G Black didn't pull the performance in that last round. 240 points in total. I was talking about that win point and 1 kill to add on with it. It's going to get them 85 points behind. Team MVP, who has been consistent and extend to that definition. Just really talking about second, third, second. You mentioned Brandon Valdez, and you're just really talking about what that means for all these teams who haven't been as consistent. What does that mean, as the rest of the game will show us that round 4, will MVP do it again? They may not get chicken dinner, but they might do just enough to pull out their 1st place overall in the 2nd day.
Yeah, and one thing that's surprising to me, of course, is that the 2 teams that were up towards the top after day 1 from Group B, Freak of Freaks Aries was number 1, OPGG Hunters was number 2. The 2 of them are not having a good day today, ranked 17 and 15 respectively. They're not getting it today. I don't know what it is, Joel.
You know what it is, though? I was looking at Freaking Freaks Aries. They got 2nd last week. And it felt like what that meant for this organization to move forward against some fans from Gen G Black. But more importantly, let's discuss Freaking Freaks Aries just for a bit, because they're a team that has been up and down, and we sometimes see them at the top doing really, really well in terms of handling their last win conditions to make sure they get the win on their sails. And we see that sometimes from Freaking Freaks Aries, but sometimes we don't. And the many times that we don't, it's kind of our indication that this team might not be the best team in Korea. And it's some things that we have to bring up on ourselves to say that the teams that may necessarily not get the chicken dinners all the time, like Team MVP, as long as you can be consistent day in and day out with every round, that's how you kind of define yourself as the best teams in Korea. And here we are seeing that round 4, which of the consistent teams will get the chicken dinner at the end.
Yeah, so I know you guys were expecting another delay, and the news is that there won't be a delay. We're going to go straight into FPP on Erangel. Let's jump into it right now. Here we go. Very forgiving flight path right down the middle from bottom left to top right here.
No one should be complaining about this flight path. Maybe except Zarki, but Zarki complains all the time. I mean, they're chickens. They're chickens that always go to the edges. They're going to be onto Zarki once again, most likely. It's not going to have a hard time with kind of the usual situation they always have to deal with. But this flight path, as you mentioned, Valdez, is a good one to round us off in this very last round to finish off the day standings here.
Yeah, should be quite good for especially the Rojak, the Aznaya boys, of course BSG Luna, Fire, OGN, Entis Ace, and MVP. Should be happy with that one. It'll be a little bit harder to get down towards Milta and Milta Power, so Aries won't have a good spot on this map at least.
You know, Aries don't have a good spot on this map, but they don't have a good spot in the games today, so wants to really pull back together in this last round. Put the focus hats on, get the concentration going at Freaking Fix Aries, because you have to remember yourself as that second place all-time finisher after your day one. Just have to remember what it felt like to win, you know, what it felt like to taste that success. And Freaking Fix Aries, I feel like with a good round 4, they can get themselves at least to the top 10 here.
That they can. You can see that Kakao as well as Kongju Ghillie Suit heading straight for the military island. We'll see if they fight over that military base, or will some of that team just go straight to Ferry Pier, or what their options will be from there.
Previous winners of the chicken dinner. Round 1 going to Genji Black and Lunatic rounding us off in Miramar. All Just Engine will pull that most recent one off in TPP Erangel. Could mean that they're up to it once again, but you know, what do we see here from the starting location for many, many teams?
Nobody landed in Pachinki, actually. It was only Aqua for Media Bridge Gaming MCN's Red. And you'll notice that Fire, they tried to fight up against BSG Luna and they lost again. So this time, they're going to fight against their Chinese brethren. And I'm sure this wasn't planned, of course, but both of them are going to be landing up in the top right here.
You know what it is, though? Stallber and Kameshki are already established by AST in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
The 4th round, oh, that circle is going to be awful to work with, but especially for Fire, who has to kind of win out against AST before they even start moving. But what that means is that, you know, Fire, they play with fire, quite literally. I mean, they tried against BSG Luna many times before. Have not really worked once, and their next opponent now is AST. How are they going to make this work out? Because the standings they have had to go through this day hasn't been great, and what that really means for them in their performance in the last round should be interesting to watch as we see them move on.
It's pretty sick that nobody landed in Pachinki, too. I mean, that's going to be all for Media Bridge Gaming if they just want to go for it. But right now, they only have one player in there.
Pachinki's a weird place, especially in competitive PUBG. It's because you do have all the loot. That's the same as you've seen the Soul games, which is why people go so crazy over that location, you know, dropping 20 to 25, and all in that same city. But in competitive, I think vehicles are so prioritized that, you know, the lack of the vehicles that we see from Pachinki makes it tougher to land in an area. But we see, you know, DDSG saying that we started the car just a little bit late, but the car has been started, and we're ready to move on. That 3rd round is what he's really indicating to there, saying that, you know, we're ready to finish this day off strong, and 4th round will never longer be a fluke there.
I mean, with one chicken dinner already, if they could show up big in round 4, then could see them up in the top 5 at least. You know, 2 chicken dinners would be enough to get you up towards that top 5, no doubt.
OJ and Entastace, Team MVP, definitely have signed the agreement that they're going to share Yasnaya, no matter how often they face with each other. Seems like it's always been about the eastern side of Yasnaya going over to MVP, and the western and the southern apartments going over to Entastace.
Yeah. I kind of, whenever I come to Yasnaya, I do like to favor that right side. You get a lot of apartments down there, as well as the bottom right area is relatively safe, separated from anywhere else, especially in solo queue games, and it also has a nice bit of loot. So I'm a guy that likes Yasnaya. I don't know about you, Joel, but I like Yasnaya, but all my friends hate it, so we never go there. But sometimes they let me decide, and I'm like, okay, we're going to go Yasnaya, and then I'm happy. And that's where I land.
I feel like Yasnaya is a great place to go to because you know, it has all the items that you need, very abundant. It also has the vehicles that I've been kind of pointing to earlier, which is lacking from places like Pachinki, kind of contrary to the popularity we see from generic use of the players. But you know, you kind of mentioned the east side of Yasnaya to being in your favor with the spacing between the buildings, but that's kind of the reason why some players do not really like the Yasnaya, especially on the east side, because they like to go to the west side, where south side, where all the apartments and the buildings are so clustered up together that you can get a more efficient routing and the pathings to get the most farm out of the time you have allowed.
Yeah, probably just, you know, for solo queue games, when you have so many people landing there, it's a little bit scary to land over in the left side.
Sure.
So I choose the right. Take a look at Hulk's damage, or not his damage, his kills and his knockdowns here.
Wow.
Very high. That's top 5 overall in PWM, and 2.5 kills
per
a game
round
is not easy, Joel.
It's superhero stuff right there. Oh,
Yeah.
very fittingly. And we see OG stays. This is a disappointing result for them. You see a lot of the red marking indicating they're above average, but this is not a good result for these guys. OG stays were once thought to be the best team in Korea. By far. And this number right here, that none of them is purple, and really that kind of above average, or only slightly though. This is kind of a disappointing thing that OG hasn't shown up, especially in PWM. Kind of fittingly because they're not playing at the OGM home ground, but they're playing in the SPO TV arena. You know, what that could really mean for this team is that we need them to perform better and just get back to their old form of what they showed us with the brilliant positioning they have been so highly praised for.
Yeah, what we need now is a SPO TV team. As
Hey!
the other two production places, they have their own teams. We don't have one just yet. Maybe in the future.
Hey, you start one right now, and we'll name it Valdez and the Boys. SPO
Hey,
TV.
I like that name.
I like it too. I think.
I would just love to hear the Korean commentators say it all the time.
Valdez and the Boys.
Yeah, especially because it's really long.
Yeah.
Just be like really awkward all the time.
No, but with everything that Korean people do, they probably just abbreviate everything.
Yeah. Valdez Gaming.
No. Parenbo.
Yeah, something like that.
Valdez and the Boys.
I like that idea. Let's do it. So, that's pretty good.
You should probably ask our global director there. Just,
Yeah, you know.
Just a suggestion that this team can be.
Can I play end cast at the same time? Is that okay?
You have to cast from the PC VOD, which is interesting.
Everybody else can't hear me. They all have to wear noise canceling headsets.
Better be noise canceling headsets.
Yeah. Oh, we're here at Runes as BSG Luna moving over from Rojak, trying to move towards the center of the circle, and this has been totally unlooted as far as I can see.
Something that has been looted is the dignity of AST right there. Just kind of probably knocking himself down there with Calvin Klein.
Yeah, he definitely fell down that hill. You just know these things. If you watch and play enough PUBG and you see a knocked guy at the bottom of a hill and nobody else is around, you're like, yeah, he fell down that hill. I know exactly how that guy feels. The answer is not good. One of our Conans here at PWM from ROG Maximus is going to get behind a tree, thankfully enough for him, as Grammatic was trying to shoot him down.
It was almost a no Conan, as we've seen with many Conans in this tournament. Only two. None of them really putting out a Spotify performance, but Chris is. Wow. Are you serious?
Well, you were saying before how they're not really living up to their title as one of the best teams in Korea, and maybe they heard you, so now Chris is getting angry.
Don't get mad at me, Chris. I'm sorry.
Starting off well with a kill here.
And that's what it is, but OG can be very, very strong and very, very scary as a team if they do pull their usual performances at the top tier. But, it's been lacking, and we just want to see that. So a little more instance of that from Christus and the rest of the guys, and OG Ace. It'd be good to see them right back at the top once again.
Yeah. Media Bridge MCN here. They, as we said before, they had all of Pachinki, and they just took control of that. They're not in Pachinki anymore. They have moved towards the west side from now. Just some complexes over towards North Gatka.
It's Kai here. We're looking towards them as well as Zod Gaming. Did start off at North Georgia Pool.
There you go. Tipped over the car. Can be hard to do that sometimes.
Whatever it takes, Valdez, to win games. And Zod Gaming done pretty well to get mediocre standings, but really never a true chicken dinner to really boast upon. Maybe their day today. Round 4, 1 round remaining for all these teams here, including Lunatic Kai. That's been doing a lot better than past performances. AST, these 6 shots coming left and right here.
Yeah, MVP, they need a good result to make sure that they get ahead, but Libro is trying to shut them down. Siege is going to bite the bullet here. The first one to go down from MVP, but with Gen G only 85 points behind you, you need to have a good result. You need to do at least better than Gen G in order to try to secure your first place finish today.
AST not done with hunting quite yet. They're looking towards fire. Was trying to shoot down Memory, but the vehicle proves too fast for them, as AST now has to get into the circle here.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna boost up and move on in. Okay, it looks like there are a couple of vehicles that they do have. Just gonna loot up first. Chromatic here. The 8 times on the M4, a classic. We're not going to be seeing that too much as we move into Season 2.
Really should be exciting with all the weapon changes. The weapon balance is, I think, the biggest thing about PUBG that has happened recently. It should be very, very exciting to see whether they can get that done here.
He hit Calvin Klein as Calvin Klein was trying to hop onto the buggy. Got to be careful about that. Can't move your car. Quadro being gunned down here by Genji Black. Wasn't able to hit any of those shots, though.
6 big right at the edge of the Himalayas. The next circle opening will prompt them to make a movement for him. Not too far away, as they were relatively central to the next circle, which gives them this reward of having the relatively easier movement into the next one.
Yeah, they're up towards the top. We noticed them really playing that hill before. And everybody is driving right now. Everybody except OPGG Hunters, actually, who is the only team that has sat in their compound and haven't moved at all.
They don't want to be the cool kids, OPGG Hunters. Well, everybody's exactly doing the same thing, driving southwards, trying to get to the center as much as they can, because it's going to be a quarry-centered ending here. It's going to be very exciting to see how the teams really work with this here.
Trying to blow up Kane's car. It is smoking. It is pretty close to going down. And there's still a bunch of open terrain. It doesn't look like they can land those shots, though, unfortunately. No blowing up the cars today. Lawson
looking at it here. Trying to see CJ. Just get to where they want to be in the next one. And see Media Bridge as making their movement, along with every other team who's been doing that for the last few seconds or so. Surprisingly, not many kills have come through for that heavy rotation. Speaking of rotations.
Yeah, Sungjan gonna bite the dust as he charged a little bit too close to Kakao. The rest of his team, they each have their own individual vehicles, and they're just gonna continue driving, as has been the theme of this circle.
Just Centurion, looking around their position, wants to finish off N8 even more after they first there, except for their first casualty here.
I like the position for Centurion, actually. They have so many woods and trees to hide behind. If you can just get together your vehicles at the same time, you're going to be in a great spot. Some people also going down, as well as Temeria, actually, to a different player. So it's only Christus left available.
Right above Fairy Pier, now getting a little bit towards the Pachinki area, just trying to go for the side. That was very, very close to going out at 20th.
That was incredibly close. And he does survive. He's going to be in a position like Esther from the last game, where he kind of has to hope the circles are nice to him.
Esther got 4th in that occasion. I don't imagine Chris is getting 4th.
Yeah. Chilling here above Quarry. See, Rocket Armor has control of that area right now. And lots of teams trying to fight for the area that RG Centurion is in as well. So, got to be careful about Ares coming in behind you.
Rocket M just trying to take the tires out. It's a little above RG Centurion. We talked about them being above Fairy Pier, as you can see on the white shot of the map here. And RG Centurion, after clearing out most of Ojanentis Ace, feeling good about their position. Not going to be rivaled too hard because of, especially knowing their edge circle play has been coming to their benefit. Most teams coming from the northern side of the map rather than the south, where RG Centurion would feel pretty safe about their location.
Fire is finally coming in. They made a gigantic rotation. If you guys can tell, we are on the west side of Georgia Pole. So they're going all the way around from the top right to the western side, down the western road on the beach here. And they're going to try to move in from that rotation.
Talk about the west coast movement for Fire. Trying to stay alive as long as they can. Rosar also doing the same thing of trying to stay alive as long as he can, but ooh, so close there. He just prones down. One hit, just one hit ought to have to do it. And
yeah.
Of course, he does have his teammates to his back, but wants to have them all together to try to fight against the heavy force coming from RG Centurion.
Yeah, Rosar is going to stay alive, and the rest of his team finally coming in. Oh, how did he go down?
Blackbeam from the end.
Oh, wow,
here.
okay, he got the Car 98 shot. Thought they were fighting against ROG Centurion, but they're fighting against a lot more. And the woes for Freaka Freaks Ares continue.
Freaka Freaks Ares does not want to be in a situation where they want to just probably single-handedly knock out Energy Century, but when they have Kakao in the mix, it makes it additionally difficult to do that. But the rest of the members now for African Fix there is just trying to find some reinforcement to make sure they find good position to not necessarily fight, but just try to move into the next circle, which is a bit of a distance away.
Yeah, he's going to be centered around Quarry here. And this time, OPGG Hunters and Quadro going to meet together.
We run it to center here. These two teams, very good. If one of them wins this one out, they're going to really like this position, trying to defend out against multiple teams from down the hill.
You got Blossom coming in behind them. Doesn't look like they're going to join the fight, so should just be 4-on-4 here.
Yeah, Cold knocking that under. What does that mean for the rest of this fight here? Quadro looking very good, but OPGG Hunters, they're striking from the bottom here.
Taemin not able to land many of those shots there. Under is going to have to heal up, though. By the way, we did see Easy Peasy Man going down. I noticed that elsewhere on the map. So keep that in mind as MVP need to survive in order to try to secure first place.
They'll be right at the west coast. They're outside the circle, so this is something they don't want to do and try to stay alive. And we're still looking at this fight here. OPGG Hunters and Quadro. Coming out of this one, like I said earlier, we'll have a really good position to work with.
Oh, but Taemin gonna eat one too. Knocking down Youngdal now as Cold is trying to be the MVP. He gets another knock onto Nova.
Very nice.
It's only Under left over here, and Cold has the advantage to the high ground, but he's not looking. Nearly gets sniped. Will he win that fight down to the last of it? And Under, in fact, is going to be the winner of that one.
Last member though, Mental. Solo on health. Very, very solo.
But he wins the fight.
Mental won.
He wasn't looking there at Mental, wasn't expecting him to come in. Oh, he gets shot from somewhere else. Rage has got an M24 elsewhere on the map, says, hello, I'll take some kills, thank you very much.
That's an overkill right there with an M24 on basically 10 health.
Yeah, unbelievable. They have their own fight, it's 1v1, quote unquote, 4-on-4 there. And then others join in to clean up the victory, so. Now Iron Man and the rest of Actostar's Red having some trouble here. Although Iron Man is going to get the knock onto Hexa.
Still looking towards that direction though, getting the second knock. It's going to be very important for Fino and the rest of his team.
I hate when you're trying to shoot out the window, but you hit the window. Very frustrating. Only Captain America and Hulk going here, and Captain America is going to be knocked. Fino is going to win that fight.
Definitely could have played that better there. I feel like they had a good position to work with, but Hulk is going to be the last one standing. There's no way he's going to get their ass on.
Okay, interesting circle. It's going to come back towards the right side, as the last circle was coming back towards the left. Hulk is going to spot them running on in. It's 4 members of Rocket Inv coming to say hello.
Kamikaze.
Oh, yes, they got knocked by his teammate or someone, yeah. Proud knocked him there. The grenade is going to go down. Trying to knock him down, but Hulk was the only one left remaining. Couldn't go 1v4. Gets 1 kill in the end.
Rocket Inv now going to have a good position to work with, just on the right side of Quarry, as you just say, where the circle is centered around. Not many compounds are left in this one because Kongdu Gillisu having their own set of compounds, with Rocket Inv now conquering their own. What are we going to see from all these teams outside in the open field as they try to maneuver around their position?
Zod Gaming, 4 members. Coming in behind ROG Maximus. Is going to be able to knock Mango here and pick up a kill. Good start for them. Zod leading the charge. And Kane, all alone, says, I want no part in this fight. I'm going to run away.
9-3-0 from Fire. Of course, the Chinese team that has not done very well in today's matches. Wants to pull it through in this last round here.
Perfect grenade. As Lunatic High now is in a quandary of sorts. Not much that they can do. I think only 2 or 1 member left available for their team.
See how their movement goes for, you see, carried with 3 members for Media Bridge MCN. Fix airs though, important standing for these guys, and see if they can pull through.
Trying to fight up against BSG Luna. Okay, Alpaca goes down as another member of MVP that goes down the Gen G Black fans cheer for more than one reason. Esther gets the kill, but also you want to take MVP out of this one.
2 members left for MVP. And Gen G Black still looks strong, already inside the circle. And Easy Peasy Man goes down as well.
It's up to Blue, and he has less than half health. And now he's moving into a compound that has 4 Kongdu Ghillie Suit members.
Blue, I think, is he going to go down? Is he going to go down, though?
It's going to be really close. Lunatic High now joining on in. Lunatic High, 1 member does go down, Tio here. You see Blue is in the house, so he does have some cover, and he has healed up a bit.
17 teams, though. 16 teams now with Lunatic High going down. Blue gets invaded right here and gets shot. We're going to see them going down. And Gen G Black fans now cheering for celebration.
Yeah, they're really happy about that one. And now it's going to be up to Gen G to get a decent position in this one. Hyman coming from behind, fighting up against Sod here. Is going to take out 2 and get back into the white. What a play. Gets 2 kills for himself with that Vector.
Hyman pulling that Vector before the buff happened, and that's going to be him very, very happy about that result. BSGL now has to face against freaking fixed areas. See what happens here.
Yeah, Gen G, they just need to play it slow. They just need a decent finish, and they should be good. See the 4 times on the shotgun here is going to take down Draft.
Yeah, Saiga with the 4x. Very much an overkill when it comes to the extended vision that you don't need for that shotgun.
Yeah, Draft goes down. It's only Wicked outside. Oh, he sees him now. There you go. Was trying to be tricky. Hide behind the car outside the window. And that does mean that BSG Luna also goes out here in 14th place.
Gen G Black, all 4 members still alive in the circle. So as long as they can hold on, 13 teams remaining. You can just see that count go from 13 to 12 to 11. As long as it gets to single-digit number, I feel like Gen G Black fans will have a lot to celebrate for.
Oh, they certainly should. I was hoping that MVP would do well as well to make things interesting, but when it comes down to it, it seems like Gen G Black is the more consistent team. As long as they don't mess anything up here in the circle, they should be taking the first place prize tonight.
And I feel like MVP played that in the most scaredy cat way as I could imagine. They rotated outside of Blue basically for the entirety of the game. And they're now here just wondering why they had low to no information about where they were heading to, and now gonna see 1 man knocked away each time, and MVP eventually gets eliminated.
Dewi from behind Libro gets 2. All right, he's almost gonna get Kuken down here. 1 more hit will do it. He can't quite land the shots. Finally, he gets it. As Libro now taking fire. He's trying to knock so many members, but now he's the one that's low, and he does get taken out. Nungel gonna save his squad.
Probably will be able to res both the members here. But it's going to be outside the circle, so have to make a move in. It's going to be incredibly important here, but Hyman, if he catches his action on guard, might be able to get some kills here.
Very weak members, as Dewi did just get res. This could be the magical grenade. He's going to bring out his Vector once again. Wants to take the close range fight here.
He did this last time. He can do it again. 2v1 for Hyman. For him again against freaking fixed areas.
Well, he tried. That was an interesting strategy. Did not work out for him.
10 teams. 4 members of Gen G Black still alive. As more teams start to die out, MVP starting to lose their hopes. And what a circle to end this up on Gen G Black. Celebratory circle right here.
Yeah, already the cheers coming from the crowd, as I think they see the writing on the wall. As pretty much no way that this team can lose. They even have 5 kills to support their point total. The next closest team after Gen G was Lunatic High with 1,115 points, and Lunatic High is out. So unless that 4th place team can have a magical finish and take out Black, not much going for them.
It was literally MVP versus Black versus rest of the world. It really was, and those 2 teams weren't going to be rivaled by all the other competition here. Now that Black is just slowly encroaching higher standings for this very last round, probably could see them probably beating out MVP to finish out in number 1.
John Edward being a sneaky snake in the little cabin on the left here of 7 King. looks like Yachago was knocked. Yeah, this is where this guy is. He's all alone. No one else on his squad is available. They have 1 kill in total. Just trying to stay alive.
Whatever works for these guys, and Fire now just trying to run in. As you see the knocks coming in against Kakao here.
And that grenade land. It is going to kill Black Team. Still 2 members remaining from Kakao. Oh boy, 7 King being way too aggressive, running in with the grenade.
See the 2 members right there. Sexy Pig just looking towards that direction. He has an idea for the other members, maybe clearing out Fire in this instance, even gets their chances higher, possibly getting another chicken on their own day.
Just throwing out some grenades, seeing if he can land one. Panda nearly goes down. And now Yanni trying to make it interesting up against Gillisuit. Gets 2 knocks.
Okay.
Only Voicey and Phenom here, the 2 members left available from Gillisuit.
1v2, they're looking straight that way. Yoni is going to be spotted for now. Can Voicey finish him off before he makes a res?
And the res going to come in now. Ooh, Hyper's going to be shot down, killed. And here comes the charge. Voicey doesn't want to let this res come in.
It already happened though.
Plops the grenade over the wall. Didn't quite get over the wall though. He tried to lob it in.
Now it's 2v2.
John Edward goes out for our 6th team. Rage does get knocked once again. Voicey able to heal up, and well, you're not going to get the res now. Trying to peek over the wall. Yoni wins the fight against Phenom, and now it's 1-on-1.
The res though, he's going to go for it again.
Oh, he's trying to heal here, actually. He's going to get the heal off, but it's not enough. Voicey will keep the hopes alive here for Kong to Gillisuit.
Very nice decisiveness coming from Voicey to get that kill, but it's going to be him have to rush in while the 4 members of Genji Black looking so strong with this good circle right in their foot here.
Media Bridge MCN somehow still in this one, very quietly again. They got 0 kills and 3rd place in our 3rd round. I wonder if they got any kills this time around.
Grammatics looking towards that. He sees the clearance, and Grammatics is going to go for the kill. 1v2, it doesn't matter for him.
1 grenade would do it. Looks like he's just going to run back. He only has 7 bullets on his M4 right now, so gonna come back to Sexy Pig.
2 members of Kong Gillisuit, 2 members of Media Bridge, and 1 member of OG Maximus versus 4 members Genji Black. How will this play forward? Because Genji Black is gonna be the only team basically in the circle, and other teams now have to make their move in. Do they know the positioning of Genji Black? Do they know where all the 4 players are? Those are gonna be the important questions as we start to get to answer them. As the players start to move in.
See, Media Bridge MCN just proning their way into the circle, not confident in a fight against 4. Trying to throw some nades now over there. We got the angle here on Kane. You'll see his position. He is in the white, and 1 gets knocked, Cario does. The other one trying to run in. Esther actually eating some damage here though.
Sexy Pig just drinking his way back while the other 3 members are still in, so the best of circles that you can get.
Phenom gonna take out Kane to secure at least 3rd place for his squad.
See Carriot going down. It's eventually not gonna be res. That means the 2 members of Kong Gillisuit with 1 member left for Aqua and the Media Bridge team, and 4 members of Genji Bear looking like they're gonna close out this one with a very nice chicken dinner.
Imagine Aqua goes Hulk mode and somehow takes out everybody. That would be insane. But for now, it looks very secure for Genji Black.
It'd be very surprising to see them throw out this one, Valdez, and Genji Black feeling good about their win against MVP after kind of falling behind after round 3. But this round 4 shows them why they are the stronger team when compared to MVP, being so aggressive in the risk of losing so much. But Kong Gillisuit are going to be the last sacrifice as we give Genji Black probably the win here.
Yeah, Aqua just trying to stay alive on the right side. Doesn't want to take any fights just yet. Phenom tries to take the fight against Yunroot. Yunroot didn't even take any damage, as maybe Phenom was shooting someone else. Voicey now trying to fire back, but he does not go down just yet. Finally, Phenom goes down. Aqua takes out Sexy Pig, and then he does get shut down. So now it's all up to Boise. Charging through the smoke, does go down. Genji Black is going to get another chicken dinner and will secure first place on the day.
Captain for this team, Yunru, pulling out the clutches to make this eventual chicken dinner a more celebratory one. And this guy has been doing all the strats for this team and making it work out. Kongdu Gilisu, so close, and probably the best result on the day with a second place. They will not be complaining about that, but looking like they want to push forward with this momentum and have some better days left. But let's talk about Genji back. We talked about Genji Gold having a really good day 2 days ago on Monday after they have suffered along with their sister teams. Both Genji teams have done so bad on the PSS final stage. We thought that might be another start of an era where they start struggling, but this is now them telling us that is not the case, and they're here to revive, they're here to come back in form, and they're here to show us they are still the best teams in Korea.
Yeah, they sent the message tonight, you know, not just to the fans, but to us, and also to the other teams, saying, you guys want to compete with us? I don't really think so, because 2 chickens, a 4th place finish, and around a 7th place finish, that is incredibly consistent. And that's the type of performance you need if you want to be one of the best teams in Korea. So let's take a look at some of the highlights.
And of course, Genji Black won that with a chicken dinner, but I feel like MVP lost their chance of winning their first place over more than anything. They didn't even fight for the entire game. They literally stood outside the blue with their vehicle, just rotating around in the biggest of rotations as well. Just literally clockwise, counterclockwise movement. That's all they did for the entire game. They eventually saw their meds running out, and that would eventually mean that one person getting knocked off each time. You just can't res them at an unknown position. And MVP eventually went down in such a bottom position that you knew that Genji Black, as long as they hold out in a good position for this last round, they will eventually get the chicken dinner, but they do with the plum.
I love that replay where there's 3 members knocked, 1 alive with the 1 health, and he just gets car 98'd from across the map. Saying hello. Hulk trying to be the hero. Hexa actually gets knocked by his own teammate, giving Hulk a kill. It's not what you really want. It's the knock onto Proud, but goes down. Not much he could do.
Let's get 1 kill before he goes down. Was good enough for Hulk to add to the kill score for his team at the Stars Red. Team that always have their good days here and there, but today wasn't really about at the Stars Red, and hope to see them do better next time. And Hyman, very good play with that Vector right there, very impressive. Tried to do it the 2nd time around, but didn't work out. Saiga, 4 times casually.
He missed like every shot.
He shot over their shoulder. He didn't even use the scope that he attached to it.
Generally with shotguns, it's hard to miss, but sometimes, you know, when the guy's running away, it's hard to land it, so.
And many times we're proven wrong. Saiga, you could miss with that gun.
Yeah, Libro trying to make things interesting all alone here up against Freak of Freaks Ares. And on the backs of Noongill, who actually does win this firefight in the last one against Hyman here, keeps their hopes alive for a very long time.
Looking at this, they're shooting towards that edge there. It's mostly about this team, though. This was the important one, as Genji Black really knew what it took. With 4 members they had, how to defend out their position. They got good circles, but they knew how to utilize it to the maximum potential, and they're deserving of that chicken dinner in the end.
Boise doing a good job winning that fight for his team and getting them to a spot where they could fight up against Genji Black, even though it would have been hard to win 2v4 anyway. They got to this position. Aqua actually nets themselves the first kill of the game and does go down here. But nicely done by Genji Black. They got some good circles. They kept everybody alive, and they said, we are the best team here from Groups B and D. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Joel. We are going to go over to an interview. Let's do that now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it is going to be Genji Black up at the top. And you were right, Joel. Team MVP comes in 2nd place. Lunatic High in 3rd. And ROG Centurion comes in at 4th. You guys can see all this. Kongdu Gilisu.
It's actually a plus. This is that plus right here, where that one player from Kongdu Gilisu did get disconnected from one of the rounds. So we gave the compensation points to 10 points in total for the amount of kill you get. Of course, we talked about this formula last time around, divide by 3, then multiply by 10. And here we are getting 10 points, so probably tells us that he didn't get many kills.
Yeah, it's also funny that MVP going out in something like 15th place, it still doesn't matter. They get second on the day because their first 3 rounds were so spectacular. Yeah. You guys can see the amount of points they were able to get there, and that nets them a lot of day points, 395. I love that it's 395 and not 400. It's like they really want to put that gap between first and second place there.
I mean, what it is, though, is that I'm kind of just, amazed at the fact that Team MP plays so well in the first 3 rounds, and they stop believing in their strategies for the round 4. They play completely different. They don't even up to fight. They just go around the blue, just outside the blue even, and just try to stay alive while the other teams kill each other. That was a strat for MVP in round 4. I just feel like MVP should have just believed in themselves, believed in the strategy that worked down the first 3 rounds. And round 4 could have probably given a good chance if they met Gen G Black in the mix and they were playing that correctly. I feel like they definitely could have beat out Gen G Black. Probably would have resulted them out of first place, and they could have got the first place instead.
Yeah, I mean, you'll notice that in some of the earlier rounds, they would go in with their car and they would charge into a compound that has another team, go into straight-up firefights, win them without losing too many people, and just be really aggressive like that overall once they get some loot. But, like, as you're mentioning, Joel, I think you're exactly right. They just decided, okay, we're going to play really scared. We're going to play really passively, and that's not really their style.
Really the aggressiveness and the belief in yourself, I think that's the most important thing when you want to bring success to your PUBG team. And you can look at some of the unsuccessful teams right now in the total rankings. Right now we're looking at the bottom of the stand, and now looking at the top.
Oh, wow. Okay, Gen G Black. After 2 days, every team has played 2 days worth of games, so 8 rounds in total. And you guys will see that the 2 Gen G teams are up at the top. WGS Arena also coming in kind of out of nowhere in second place, and even Team MVP getting a nice position up towards the top. We
do have 2 more games to count out and accumulate the standings. So Gen G Black and Gen G Gold, along with WGS Arena at second, they're going to be feeling very good about this standing and can push that forward. Of course, just a couple of bad days where they do have really bad days will not be the answer to their benefits. But these 2 teams right now, Gen G Black, Gen G Gold, they've been showing they are consistently strong, not just on one day, but on multiple days, in fact. And we'll see them in next week's games and see how they do. Gen G Black is up next, next Monday. They're going to be up first with Gen G Gold coming up on Wednesday. See if those 2 teams can finish out the season strong.
Yeah, this is going to be Monday, as you mentioned. Gen G Black is in there, all the other teams from Group D. So we'll get to see Bond Spirit Gaming Luna once again. We'll see if they can show up on Monday, as they didn't really do today. Also, Cloud9 is going to be there on Monday, so should have lots of fans there, no doubt.
And also getting the confirmation that we probably will not have the interview. Yeah. We'll probably have a funeral for the mic later on in the season.
So sad.
It is sad. I mean, I just wish things weren't dead, including the mic.
Yeah. The interview's dead, the mic is dead, and that's about it. I guess that might just do it for us guys. I don't know. We're still waiting. Maybe we will get some information. Okay, I have gotten the information that we are going to close. So thank you guys once again for watching, and we'll see you guys on Monday for more PWM.